Today, we are going to be talking about the manual leak. And what I want to talk to you about is something that so many of us kind of get ourselves caught up in. So, if you're doing things like running the same task over and over again in your business, you are not doing it intentional, but you kind of find yourself in that stuck rut, right? It's generally what I like to say or call a capacity leak in plain sight. So today on the Operational Leak series, we are going to be talking about the manual work leak. It's the hidden gap that keeps consultants buried in those repeat tasks that should already have been templated, processed, or automated. Y'all know I talk about this all the time. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Danette Moss, also known as the Strategy Lady, and I collaborate with consultants and service-based business owners to simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline their operations so they can stop drowning in the back end and build businesses that run on rinse and repeat. So here's what this leak looks like. You keep sending the same email, typing the same response, creating the same invoice, explaining the same next step, follow up the same way all the time, just following up all the time the same way. You're copying information from one place to another. You're reminding people manually all the time, updating things manually, and then you're checking things manually. And because each task only takes a few minutes, it doesn't feel like it's a big deal, honestly. But that is how the leak actually works. That's how it starts. It does not usually drain your time all at once. You don't really pay attention to it. It takes 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes over there. And by the end of the week, you wonder why. You're exhausted, but cannot point to what actually consumes your time. That is the manual work leak. This leak costs capacity, it costs focus, it costs creativity, energy, it costs strategic thinking, time, y'all, and it keeps you stuck in the weeds. It really does of the business instead of you actually leading the business. Extremely important. And when repeat work stays manual, your business becomes, y'all listen, it becomes harder to scale. It really does. And because every new lead that you normally get, right? Those clients, the projects or opportunities, that stuff starts to add up because you got more tasks that's coming in, but you're giving yourself more tasks for you to have to actually remember, and more tasks for you to have to repeat. That means growth creates more pressure instead of more freedom. We all are in business to grow, right? But we don't need that type of unnecessary pressure. So let's go ahead and let's simplify it. Let's simplify this. The first step is not to automate everything. The first step is you need to identify what it is that you're repeating, because you should never automate confusion. And I see it all the time. You simplify first, then you automate. And y'all know my SaaS framework. Then you systematize. And then last but not least, you streamline. Extremely important. Don't automate the chaos. So here's the SaaS fix. Simplify by asking yourself this question. What am I doing repeatedly? Just ask that question. Write it down. Automate by asking, what can be triggered without me, without you? What can you set up? Systematize by asking, what needs a documented process? I promise you, your business needs documented processes. It really does. And then, of course, you streamline by asking, what can be reduced, combined, or removed? Some stuff just got to go to the trash. It really does. Or at least you pause it for now until you get it all organized and together. So here's your action step. For the next 3 business days, write down every task you do more than once. Write it down. Don't try to fix it, yes. You mean, yes, Lord. Don't try to fix it yet, y'all. Track it, okay? Track the emails that you keep rewriting, the questions that you keep answering, forms that you keep sending, the reminders you keep making, those files that you keep searching for, and the steps that you keep repeating. Those are the things that you actually need to track so you can see what's going on. It's going to be extremely helpful when you do that. And at the end of those 3 days, look for the patterns. They're going to be right there in your face. And those repeated tasks are where your systems need to go. Not everything needs automation. I speak that and tell that to my clients all the time. Some things need templates. They may even need a checklist, a workflow. And some things need clear instructions. And some things need to be removed completely, as I mentioned. So here's the question I want you to sit with as we wrap up. What are you still doing by hand that your business should already know how to handle? What is it? That question can save you hours. It really can. And if you find one repeated task in it, go ahead and template it, document it, create the reminder. But see, you've already kind of set with it now so you can see it clear. And it makes it easier now when you go ahead and do and take those necessary steps. But now listen, if you realize your entire business is running on rinse and repeat manual effort, that's a bigger pattern. That may be your sign to look at your full operations infrastructure and see where your back end is leaking time and capacity. Extremely important, okay? Because that is the kind of work that we look at inside of the Simplify to actually not necessarily automate, but simplify to scale systems audit that we do. We look at that so we can help you find those leaky holes. Now, I don't want you to worry about that as of yet. Just know that we got you covered if you actually need it. The first step that I actually want you to focus on today, it's simple, and it's something that I give you on a weekly basis. I really need you to track what you keep repeating. You should not have to manually carry what a clean system can actually hold. You shouldn't. And that is how you're going to stop drowning in the back end part of your business, your operations. That is how you'll build that breathing room. And that is how you put your business on rinse and repeat. Now, I hope that you found this helpful. If you believe this is going to help someone else, a business bestie, someone else that you know in business, send them this video. And if you are actually looking at this on replay, do me a favor and hit hashtag replay. I'm trying to keep up. I'm tracking to see how many people are actually watching the replays. All right. Again, this is Danette, your business growth and operations strategist, aka the strategy lady over at Let's Talk Strategies and Digital CEO Systems. Always excited to bring you this good information. Thank you so much for joining me for our operational. It's called the Operational Leak Series. It's going to be going on for a while. We're going to be sharing tons of information for you as it pertains to operations. Thanks so much for joining. Until next time, see you next Tuesday.